Hello, everybody. How's it going? We having a good time? I say we are having a good time, as we're all having a great time right now.
We're all having a great time.
All right, everybody. As this is Heat One, we got who's in the lead right now? We got Nate, Slink, fighting for the lead right now. We got coming out of turn four. Slink on the bottom. Nate on top. Nate and Slink with a battle. Going into turn three and four. Coming out of four, it's gonna be Slink coming out. Lead in lap number four. Take back to the inside. Slink going into three. Coming out of four. Nate coming out with that lap. Nate still down the back on four. Slink got a little off pace. Back there. And then number 23. Out of Pennsylvania, Nate wins heat number 2. And second in this number 74, Slinky's Tire Dope, me, myself, and iGraphics out of North Dakota. It's King Slink. Slinky. Finishing second. And third, it was... Yeah, I gotta check, actually. Quality results, heat race results. In heat 2, it's going to be Wollum finishing third. Wollum's a good guy. Sponsored by Target Racing out of Madras, Oregon, and 10K, it's Wollum. And then in the Gangster Racing Chassis out of North Carolina, it's Cheater Chaser Gangster. Welcome back, everybody. We are joining heat number 1. This is qualifying in heat number 1. We will be watching heat number 1. I actually don't know who's in heat number 1. Hauler does not give me information on him. But we will start off with out of Pennville, New York, now residing in Syracuse, New York. In the Arizona Sportshirts.com, ArizonaGottaRace.com, Frisk Holger, Premium Parts, Penske Racing Shots, Top Meats, Bob's Towing, Wild Racing, White Bear Metalworks, White Elk Manufacturing, Smith Titanium Brake Systems, Bicknell Racing Products, Bicknell Chassis, Mafia Motorsports, and number 48, it's the Don of Mafia Motorsports, Matt Hatchett. Out of Lee, Massachusetts, in the Dirt Vision, Hoosier Tire, 88. It's Chasing Checkers, Kyle Checkers. In the Metro Motors, out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, and number 42, it's Twisted Dream. We're going to see what their qualifying times is. Mac Hatchett looks pretty quick during that qualifying session. I have no idea what the times are. We will find out here momentarily, and then we will be joining them for their heat race. Hopefully that will go good. Heat race number 2 for the 360s was pretty good. And it looks like Mac Hatchett will go to the top of the board with a 14.711. Kyle Checkers second with a 14.810. Third will go to Heavy Hauler with a 14.813. And then fourth to Twisted Dream with a 15.016. Thank you all for joining the stream. Week 1 of NESM League. Big block modifieds at Eldora Speedway. 8 laps. The distance. They're probably 2 laps in. Oh, they haven't even lowered. As we're getting in, we got Matt Hatchet on the bottom. Who is second? We got Kyle Checker second. Oh, we're going 3 wide. We got Heavy Hauler on the bottom. Matt Hatchet in the lead right now. Heavy Hauler second. Twisted Dreams third. Kyle Checkers fourth. Oh no, wait, yeah, Kyle Checkers fourth. He's going to the bottom. He's trying to slip into second there. Going 3 wide. Oh, pushes Twisted Dream up the track. Kyle Checkers into second now. Twisted Dreams in third. Heavy Hauler in fourth. Heavy Hauler gets into the wall going into turns 1 and 2. Mac running that top, Diamond in the 3 and 4. Kyle Checkers trying to gain on Mac Hatchet. Slowly gaining on him. Mac keeps his ground though. Back here for the third position, Heavy Hauler throws a slider on Twisted Dreams, but it does not work. Heavy Hauler throws it back into the bottom. Again, stays in that 4th position. Twisted Dreams will try to run 3rd. Oh, it's Kyle Checkers in last. Twisted Dreams 3rd. They're throwing a battle slide by slide, and it's going to be Mac Hatchet picking up the win. 2nd place goes to Heavy Hauler. 3rd will go to Twisted Dreams, and 4th goes to Kyle Checkers. Moving on to the A mains, we're going to have the 360 sprints A main at Eldora Speedway. I will need to figure out the starting lineup, and then we will get that going. line up for the 360 feature, and starting in the starting in the 8th position, we got Coop Mafia. Starting in the 7th position on the inside, we got C Right. Starting on the outside in row number 3, we got Twisted Dream. On the inside of row number 4, row number 3, we got Gangster. On the outside of row number 2, we got Kyle Checkers, and the inside of him, we got Slinky. On the outside of the front row, we got Heavy Hauler in and starting in your pole position. Out of Pennsylvania, it's Nate. The heat lineups all wrong. We got Heavy Hauler on the front row, starting in your pole position. Nate starting 2nd, Kyle Checkers starting 3rd, Slinky starting 4th, Twisted Dream starting 5th. Starting 6th, we got Gangster. Starting 7th, we got C Right. Starting 8th, we got Coop Mafia.
I am going to have to choose Slinky just because his experience in both classes is really fucking good. He knows how to run the top and he knows how to run the bottom. He's also really good in the big blocks. 360s he's not quite as well. I don't know. Heavy Hauler did, or Nate did get him in the heat race, but Slinky was right on him. But I think in the long run, Slinky's gonna get him. In the 360s, big blocks, he's gonna walk him. He's got too much experience in the big blocks to lose unless he steps on his own dick and loses. But for the 360s, I think it's gonna be close between Nate and Slinky for that win. We got a 30 lap feature ahead of us in the 360 sprints. We got Heavy Hauler on the pole. Nate in second. In third, we got Mac Hatchet. In fourth, we got Slinky. In the fifth starting spot, we got Kyle Checkers. In the sixth starting spot, we got Woolham. In seventh, we got Twisted Dream. In eighth, we got Gangster. In ninth, we got C-Right. And in 10th, we got Coop Mafia. Coming out of turn, going into turn number 3, coming out of turn number 4. Here we are green. Nate get a little bit of a jump start there, but it's all right. Heavy Hauler with an early lead. Slinky coming up through that field, going in the second already after starting 4th. Slinky with a slide job to the lead. Heavy Hauler to the bottom. Slinky taps the wall. Slinky takes that lead. Nate in second takes it over Heavy Hauler. Oh, they throw a slider in the back there. Woolham, he's going. Oh, we're going 3 wide, 4 wide. Heavy Hauler to that second position. Slinky's still out up front. It's been a good race so far. Woolham in that second position. getting chased down by Nate. We're going to see if Nate can pull it up off the bottom. He's getting to his left rear. He's throwing it, and Nate picks up the second position over Ballon. In the back, we got Twisted Dreams. Slinky's still out up front. He is pulling away from the field right now. Nate in that second position. Nate is gaining on Slinky though. Slinky keeps messing up. Slinky keeping that bottom group rolling over Nate. Been a pretty even race so far between everybody. Nobody's changed or gained a position so far yet. Nate is in the second position over Wallum. Slinky is first. Slinky messes up. Nate is slowly reeling in your race leader Slinky in the second position. We might have a battle on our hands right now, boys and girls. Slinky is slowing up a little bit, and Nate is slowly reeling in Slinky right now. Slinky's still staying out in front, but he keeps tapping the outside wall coming out of the exit of turn number 2, and both running that bottom there. Wallum running the top and bottom in 1 and 2. Oh, Wallum gets sideways a little bit in that third position, allowing Kyle Checkers to climb, or is that Heavy Hauler to climb up into the, almost into that third position. Nate on the left rear of Slinky, giving him a bump, sliding Slinky up. Oh, we got a battle on our hands right now, boys and girls. Slinky tapping the outside wall again. Nate goes to the top, slides it to the bottom, trying to get a run off that hill. Nate to the top, going back to the bottom. He's diving in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. He's trying to get a run. He's going to the inside of Slinky. Oh, Slinky edging him out of the corner, coming out of turn number 4, and it's Slinky leading this lap. Nate putting the pressure on late into this race, right onto Slinky. Oh my God, this is going to be a race right here to the finish line. Slinky, oh, getting a little sideways. Oh, we got lap traffic in the way now. We got a battle shaping up for us in the front. We got Slinky. Nate trying to reel in Slinky. He has slowly been doing so all race. Slinky started fourth, now up to the first position. Nate started second, is now staying in that second position. Had a little lag there, but we're all good. Nate's still in that second position. Wallum in third. Gangster throwing it on to Wallum, trying to take that third position away. Looks like Twisted Dream is out of this race. We got C-Right going. Oh, C-Right is in that third position now over Wallum and Gangster. Mac Hatchet running last. Slinky and Nate still having a battle for that lead. Nate is running right behind him, running that same line, getting a little lower, giving him a shove to the top. Oh, Nate might be putting his head in there. Oh, we got another lap car in. Oh, Nate is pushing to the inside and down the back straightaway. Nate will take the lead, Slinky to the bottom, coming out of turn number 4. Nate will lead. Slinky takes back the lead over Nate. Nate to the bottom of the track. And I think Slink got it. Slink has won the race over Nate in what was a tight battle for the win. Slink pulling off on the last lap. That was pretty badass. What do you guys think in the stream? What do you guys think of that race? Slink picking up the win. Nate in second. Slinky was saying that he was having trouble to keep the car straight. Nate was saying he was going to try to push Slink up the track to take the win away. Obviously, that did not happen. Slink took the win back. We are loading up the big block modifieds. I'll get you the running order when we log in. All right, boys, we got 40 laps around Eldora Speedway. Let me know who you guys got picking up the win in the big block modifieds at Eldora Speedway. We got 40 laps of these boys running around this track. It's going to be one great of a show. Here we go. Oh, and we're getting a little woeful. I'm not going to be watching Wolem anymore. I got to figure out who's in the lead right now, boys. It is Wolem in the lead in the big block modifieds, taking it in second place. We got Slinky in that third position. It is looking like, I don't know actually, I can't tell, but we got Slinky pushing the top side, railing the top side. He's going to the outside of Wolem, down the back straightaway. Wolem is still winning. Coming out of turn number 4, it's going to be Slinky leading lap number 3 or 4. In the 84, we got Nate going up to second. We got 3 wide battle for first. 3 wide coming out of turn number 4. It is Slinky, then Nate, and then Wolem. Slinky in that first position, Nate in second. Nate sliding, Slinky doesn't work, stays in second. Wolem in third. We got a battle in the back there going on. Oh, Kyle Trekkers into the wall. Nate, Wolem, and Slinky running that top side. 1, 2, and 3. They are pulling away from this field. Slinky being quick on the top side. Wolem drops down to that middle groove, and it does something, but does not do much there for him. He stays to the top, banging the wall. Nate running that second position. Wolem slams the wall going into turn number 2, but stays ahead of steam. Slinky coming down the front stretch, going into turns number 1 and 2, leading this race still. Nate in that second position, Wolem in third. Wolem glitching all over the place. We're in that middle groove there. Slinky has, oh, Slinky taps the wall, allows Nate to get to that left rear of him. I don't know if Nate's going to do anything with that except run the middle, about a groove lower, trying to gain speed. He's right on his ass. Slinky's getting a little wobbly there. Nate to the inside, Nate throwing it down, throwing a massive slider. Slinky takes it to the bottom, and he stays in the lead. It's a failed slider. Slinky will continue leading this race. Wolem in third, still behind Nate. Still has a chance to win this race. Nate giving everything he can to pass Slinky. Oh, and they touch. And Nate will lead this lap of the race, passing Slinky in the second position. Wolem trying to take that second position away. Slinky to the bottom of Nate. Slinky throwing it in there, throwing a slider, very slow, does not work, and still second. Wolem in that third position. Wolem throwing a slider on Slinky. Slinky staying up top. He's going to continue that second position while Wolem stays third. Slinky gets into the wall, slowing down him and Wolem. Nate pulling away. This is a crazy race. Slinky gonna have to try to catch up to Nate. It's playing chase now. I don't know how many laps left, but there's not much left. I think we're over halfway there. So Slinky's going to have to give it everything he has to take this win away from Nate. While I'm in third, I do not know who's winning that fourth position, but they are slowly catching Willem. I believe that is Coop Mafia, all the way from the last position. Nate keeping his groove, keeping the line moving, keeping it on the top side. Slinky slowly catching Nate. I don't know if it'll be enough, but we will see. Slinky slowly getting into the wall there, dropping it down low to get that speed back up. Boom, still third. We got about 2 car lengths between the top 4. Coop Mafia, though. It is Gangster that's actually running the 4th position. Oh no. Nate's kinda gone. Nate might take the win in the big blocks over Slink. He might pull off the upset. I really thought Slink, Willem to the inside of Slink, and Willem takes that 2nd position away from Slink as he gets a little wobbly. Slinky back to the inside of Willem, stays in that 3rd position. Nate is slowly pulling away from the field. I do not think anybody else is going to be able to catch him. Unless he messes. Oh, he taps the wall, slows him down a little bit. Willem being able to catch up a little bit of about 2/10 there. Slinky. Gangster. He is throwing it in the 4th position, trying to gain up on the Slinky for that 3rd position for another podium. Willem looking for his first podium of the night. Nate and Slinky looking for their 2nd. Ganter also looking for a 2nd as he is running our 4th position, barely behind Slink. Nate is putting on one hell of a show here in that pole at the front. Slinky still there. We have a battle for 3rd between Slink and Ganter. I don't know though. Slink is defending that 3rd position from him. Been a pretty smooth sailing ride ever since Nate took the lead. Hasn't really had to battle anyone so far. I really thought Slink would have pulled off the win here at Eldora Speedway though. Coming out of turn number 4, it is Nate still winning. We have 4 laps left in this race. Coming out of turn number 4, we got 3 to go. We got a battle for that 3rd position between Willem and Slinky. Not Willem. Ganter in that 4th position, trying to get Slinky. We got 2 laps remaining. Coming out of turn number 4. Slinky slowly catching up on Willem. We could throw a blanket on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Ganter to the inside of Slinky. 1 lap remaining. We got a battle. Ganter going into that 3rd position. Slinky back to the bottom, taking back that position. Coming out of turn number 4, Nate will win. Willem 2nd, and it's going to be Ganter 3rd over Slinky. Ganser third over Slinky there. Unless Slinky got Ganser there. I think Ganser got Slinky coming out of turn number 4 for that third position. That was an insane race there at the end between Slinky and Ganster. I don't know how to pronounce his name, my bad. I will be talking to the top 3 from each feature. Obviously, you guys won't be able to hear them, but I will be writing them down and talking about it on the podcast of Cushing Chronicles. So if you want to check out the top 3 and what they had to say, I'll be talking about what they had to say into the questions I have given them in the Cushing Chronicles podcast on Spotify. If you want to watch that, it is the Cushing Chronicles podcast on Spotify. And Slinky does come up third in the big block modified feature, right over Ganster. Barely getting a Nate with that first, Willem second, and then Slink third. Hello, Slinky, Nate, and Ganster. Nate. We're gonna call you Nate. Fuck. I cannot hear you guys through the Discord. I cannot hear you guys through the Discord. Through the Twitch. I cannot hear you guys.
Hold on. You want to re-say that? Include audio. I do not see that shit, bro. Yeah, bro. I can't even. There we go. We're gonna go first to third. Yep, Slink's up first in the 360s.
No, I had a good
Slink,
car.
how did you feel having Nate push your ass half that race?
Expect nothing less. You know, it's hard racing every time on the track. You know, sometimes just gotta lay the nuts to the dash and get it done.
Hell yeah. You were getting a little loose there, I seen, coming out of turn number 4. Almost every lap.
Well, look, I'm at work.
You
I'm on
looked
the
loose.
controller. It's got a lot of. It's a different feel. You know what I mean? I'm used to barely moving a wheel. Now I have my thumb fucking. You know, I haven't used my thumb in a while. But nevertheless, it's a good race.
That's good. Alright, Nate. How did you feel running second to Slinky almost the entire race? I don't think you led a single lap.
I think I did. I think I led
You
like
might have
one
led
lap,
one lap.
but you know, Slinky's fast. Can't really do nothing about it. Didn't give up the bottom. I had to push him out of the way to get to the bottom.
Yeah, you did. You had to arm off a little bit, but I mean, you kept it close the whole race. You didn't let him get too far out from you. What do you think your strategy? What do you think you could have done better to beat Slinky?
Uh, get better runs off the corner. If I could drive down to the bottom, like dime it off from the top. Get better runs.
All right. Okay. Who do you want to thank for you finishing second in this feature?
I want to thank all my sponsors. I also want to thank Slinky for racing me clean, and I want to thank Mac for putting the show on.
All right, Slinky. Who do you want to thank for finishing first in this feature?
You know, there's a long list of people. I just could do without.
Hell yeah. All right, Nate or Ganter. How did you feel coming third in the 360 feature? Uh, oh yeah. What was your strategy to coming from eighth to third there? I do believe you were the hard charger. All right, all right. And who would you want to thank for your third place finish with the NESM League in 360s? All right, Nate.
how do you feel on getting the win in the big block modifieds at Eldora Speedway?
I feel good. Big blocks are my strongest class by far, so I had to put it on.
I did have Slinky beating you in this race, so you kind of pulled the upset on me. Me and Bruiser were thinking Slinky was going to get the win, but you came out of nowhere and proved us both wrong by leading almost half the race.
Yeah.
What was your strategy to win in this race?
I didn't really have one. It was just bang the boards the whole time.
Yeah, you were in the top. You were trying different grooves I've seen. It was mainly the top, banging the boards. What was it like in the view of passing Slinky, I don't know how many laps in, and then just leading the rest of the way with clean air?
I felt kind of bad because I accidentally put him in the wall to get by him. But
Ah,
but other than that, it felt good.
Rubs racing, man. And then who would you want to thank for the win
I want to thank all my
at
sponsors.
Eldora?
I want to thank all my sponsors. I want to thank like Dirt Vision, give me money to put the car together. Then I want to thank you for streaming. I want to thank Mac for putting this show on again.
All right, and then I gotta hop on over. No, I'll do him last. All right, Slinky, how do you feel on getting that third place finish in the big blocks? I really thought you were gonna win the race at Eldora. Me and Bruiser were cheering for you.
You know, honestly disappointed. I put a 4 right rear on. I knew Gangster and Gambler put a 3 on. I was hoping it would slick off a little bit. You know, maybe run some different lines. But the 4 just did not pay out for me.
What was your strategy going into the race, leading the first few laps of the race, and then Nate putting a beating on you?
You know, a couple weeks ago, Nate and I had a run in. You know, I figured it was gonna come back around once upon a time, and we're even now. You know,
All right.
I'll take it on the chin, and we'll move on. Next race Sunday, Deuces Discord. Got some sprint cars at
Oh yeah.
Knoxville. Just got to get the cars out and then ready to go.
How does it feel that Gamblers getting the sprint out for that race too?
Uh, no comment.
No comment. Who would you want to thank for your third place finish in the big blocks at Eldora?
I honestly don't want to thank anybody. Just a terrible performance going 1-3. Was not happy with it. Hit the
All
wall a few
right.
times. Messed up the spoiler. Just couldn't keep it straight after that. Gangster was coming
That's fair.
late. Threw some slider on me on the last lap. Had to check up, lift, and set him back up for the next corner coming to the checkered. I wouldn't even be talking to you right now.
I know you barely got third place over Ganter in that big block feature.
Yeah, I think I appreciate Mac for putting this on. I don't know how many I could show up to, but wanted to try to show up for tonight.
All right. Thank you all for coming out, answering driver's meeting. I got one more person to go to. You guys have a good night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mac.
Thank you all for coming out and enjoying the race with the NEMSA Associate League. Hopefully we will be able to see you all next week at Lima Land. I do believe that is the track they are racing at. It is Lincoln Speedway. Hopefully I will be able to see you all at Lincoln Speedway with the Northeast Modifieds and Sprint Cars Association. Again, in a few days, the Cushing Chronicles podcast will be posted with a new episode on Spotify talking about the Knoxville Nationals finishes. We'll be going over the interviews in the Northeast Modified and Sprint Car Association. We'll go over the results. Thank you all for coming out. Hopefully I will be able to see you all next week, and have yourself a great night.